What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to the FM Scout YouTube channel today. It's been the first one in a while, but we're back now with the Legends as Managers series. We're over halfway through. We've got to get the last few teams sorted before we have the grand finale of chucking all the managers into the same save. And they battle it against each other to see who is the best of the best as a legend. Now, before we get going, if you do enjoy other Football Manager content, you can check out my channel. A link to that will be in the description, or a little pop-up will come on the screen. We do Let's Play videos, along with other stuff related to football. There's a couple of experiments on there now as well. Probably one of the most notable ones that you guys might be interested in is what if every conference team in England had £1 billion? Now today, guys, we're going to be checking out Julian Speroni as Crystal Palace manager. He currently still plays for Crystal Palace. I think it may well be his final season. Don't quote me on it though, but I'm fairly sure he's coming to the end of his contract. But as you can see here, he's probably got some of the strongest stats that we've seen for a manager in these experiments. His judging player ability and potential both at 14, his man management at 14, motivation at 17, and tactical knowledge at 11. His level of disciplines at 11 too. Got good adaptability and determination at 13 and 14 respectively, and then tactical at 12 and working with youngsters with 14. He's got great scouting knowledge as well after playing for Dundee. He's got 100% of Scotland, 100% of England, 100% of his nationality of Argentina. He's got good percentage of Uruguay, so decent Italy and Paraguay as well. So very, very good so far for Julian Speroni, and I think long term, he could be a fantastic manager. Short term, we might not see the rewards of this, but a long-term project, Julian Speroni could really do well. But we'll have a look at and see how well he can do over 1 year. His preferred formation is a 4-2-3-1 defensive midfielder wide, a mixed playing style, tactical coaching style, a closing down pressing style, and man marking system as well. If we go into Crystal Palace then, if we go into general, their media predicted to finish 12th in the league. So we're going to see a mid-table finish is what is expected by Julian Speroni at the moment. He's got some decent players in there. It will be interesting to see if he spends any money, especially as kind of in the summer of this game. They've spent quite a lot of money on players like Benteke and so on. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. We're going to skip forward one season and see how well Speroni can do in charge of Crystal Palace. So we've just skipped forward one season, so we're at the end of the 16-17 season now. Julian Speroni is still in charge of Crystal Palace. He's still got one positive on his happiness, which means he can't have done too bad as manager. His scouting knowledge of Scotland has all of a sudden disappeared as well. But stats look mainly intact. A couple of stats look like they've gone up slightly as well. So it seems like things may well have gone okay for him. So Crystal Palace finished in 13th in the Premier League, one place below their predicted finish of 12th. If we go on to, actually we'll check out the transfers first. He brought in one player, it was Fernando Tissoni on a free transfer. Not a bad player at all. Is he Premier League quality? I'm not so sure, but nonetheless, he's brought him in on a free, 15 grand a week. I don't think he could go too wrong there. Other than that, he got one permanent out. Kwesi Appiah left, he went to Charlton on a permanent deal over in League One. Looked like he had an okay season. But time to check out the competition. So they finished in 12th. At the start of the season, they looked pretty good, to be honest. Even, towards even halfway through the season, touching on 5th place, possibly a European spot. But from there, really, they went downhill slightly, and they were always mid-table. Till the last couple of games, they dropped to 13th. They were level on points with 12th place, where they were predicted, just missed out on goal difference. So in the end, they lost 20 games. Didn't draw many, but did win 14 games. In the end, there were 14 points off relegation anyway, and about 16 points or so off any European spot. In the FA Cup, they finished in the 5th round. They were knocked out by Burnley. United ended up winning that FA Cup as well as the league, and Spurs won the EFL Cup, but Palace were knocked out in the 3rd round by Liverpool. If we have a quick look though as well, I'm quite surprised at some of these top goal scorers that Benteke well, he isn't on there. Loic Remy only grabbed the 12 goals. But we're going to check the schedule quickly now. If we go on to the Premier League first, as we can see, they didn't start off too well. They lost up against Leicester. They got a few, well, they won 5 in a row at the start of the season there. And then also in November, they went unbeaten with 3 wins in a row there. But then rest of the season, really. The start of the season really did him some wonders, to be honest. Rest of the season, only winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games from the start of December onwards for the rest of the season. Really struggled at times. It looks like they were still scoring a few goals, a couple of games goalless, but they were still scoring a decent amount of goals, but not too many draws. Games going to West Brom, they probably would have felt they could win. They did beat them on the final day, but a couple of games against Burnley and so on as well. So Palace dropping quite a number of points there. FA Cup, they beat Birmingham 2-1 at home. They beat Charlton 2-1 at home, but then lost out to Burnley away. Andre Gray with the only goal of the game. Beat Northampton in the Cup, then lost out to Liverpool on penalties. A red card for Papa Soare. May well have made it a little bit more difficult for them in extra time, but Christian Benteke scored nonetheless after the red card. Now, with that league form, he so easily could have been sacked throughout the season. If we did this again, you know, it wouldn't surprise me to see him get sacked. Any other manager, I feel, they may well have been sacked if they weren't legendary status. Tactics-wise, he was playing that 4-2-3-1, 2 defensive midfielders, 3 more attacking midfielders and a striker. He's playing Lee Chung-yong in the middle there. But the player-wise, we'll have a quick look at as well. See who was getting the game time and so on. Most appearances was Christian Benteke. He had 38 games along with Scott Dan, Mandanda and Loic Remy finishing off just behind them there. Well, speaking of that, Loic Remy, he was playing on the wing throughout the whole season, which is very interesting. Obviously, we normally see Loic Remy as a stronger striker. But if we have a look, he played just 5 games at striker where he got a 7.06 average rating, which isn't bad. But 32 games as a left winger throughout his season at Crystal Palace, which is very interesting indeed. So that's why I was just looking how Benteke and Remy both played the amount of games they did. Punchin still grabbed 36 as well. Johan Cabaye was up there. Top goal scorers though, Benteke did grab 12, but Loic Remy did grab 14 in the end. Closest to those two was Lee Chung-yong with 6. Most assists, Luka Milivojevic. Really butchered that name. We'll call him Luka Milivojevic. I'm not going to try again. He grabbed 7 assists. Remy with another 6. Joel Ward with 5 from fullback. Best average rating there was Mamadou Sakho on loan from Liverpool with a massive 7.53. Cabaye behind him with 7.16. Scott Down with a 7.09. Lee Chung-yong tops off the top 4, rounds off the top 4 rather, with a 7 rating. But Julian Speroni, not a bad job. As I say, I think he's got the stats to really do something decent at Crystal Palace over the space of a couple of years. If we have a quick look at the general, he's still listed as a legend as a club. I did forget to show that at the beginning of the episode. A quick look though at his overview and stats. He got a 39% win percentage in the end. Again, not many draws at all, so that may well have hindered their league position slightly. Achievement wise though, he did grab one manager of the month after every game he played in November. He grabbed a win. So Speroni there, finishing in 13th. A list of all the stats with all the other managers will pop up on the screen now. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you enjoyed what you watched today, you could go and check out my channel. If there is any manager experiments you'd like to see with any other club, do suggest them, because if I don't do them on FM Scout, I will do them on my own channel as well. So that's why another incentive for you to go over and check that out and click sub on my channel. But if you do need anything Football Manager related in the meantime, whether it be graphics, databases, tactics and so on, please do go and check out fmscout.com. It should have what you need over there. But until next time guys, I'm sure I'll catch you all very soon.